Hey guys, welcome back to another conversation. My name is Debargya, and today we have Siddharth Jalan with us. Hey Sid,
Hello, hi Debarya.
hi. Today we are going to be talking about cricket, more specifically about fast bowling. And this video is intended for the non-cricketing audience. And why I say that is because we're going to be breaking the mystery or the science behind fast bowling. We're going to be breaking it down into simple terms.
So, also, I would like to add over here, all the cricketing audience who know the swing of the ball would, after watching this video, would also know about the science behind how the ball swings.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, so now let's get started. So the first topic is seam. What is a seam? So the cricket ball is basically a cork which is enclosed by two leather surfaces, and these two surfaces are stitched in the center. So I will show you. So this is basically the stitching. So these are two leather surfaces stitched together, and this black portion that you see, both of them, this is the seam. And what is seam movement? Seam movement is the movement caused by the interaction of this seam and the pitch that you're playing on, the surface or the pitch.
Yeah.
So if you're playing on this kind of a surface, which is a concrete or a hard green top, right? Uh, Imagine the seam hitting the surface. Uh, it will not move. It will just go in the direction of release, right? Because there are no cracks on the surface that will make the ball move. Because at the end of the day, it's the seam interaction with the surface, correct? But
Correct.
if you're playing on this kind of a surface, which has a lot of cracks on it, as a bowler, you would want to land the seam of the ball on one of the cracks on the surface. You have to hit the deck hard with the seam, and the ball will move off the seam because of the crack. So if you land on the crack, the ball will move, and this is seam movement. That's all. There is nothing else behind seam movement. So, Sid, I will hand it over to you now for swing bowling.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Debarya. So you've covered the seam movement part. Let me talk about the swing part. So firstly, for a fast bowler, there are three types of swings that he might use. So that is outswing, in swing, and reverse swing. All right, so let us first start with an in swing. All right, so when the ball is comparatively new, what the bowler has to do is he has to hold the ball in a certain way. The grip of the ball has to be in certain way to make the ball in swing. So, firstly, what is in swing? In swing is when the ball is moving inwards towards a right-handed batsman. It is coming into the batsman. All right. So, for that to happen, what does the bowler have to do? The grip part for an in swinger, the ball has to be tilted little bit towards the right side, or in cricketing terms, we say towards the fine leg fielder. The in swing part. So after the ball has been released, the ball moves towards the right side, that is inwards towards the right-handed batsman. If it's been bowled by a right arm bowler. Now for the outswing, it's the opposite. So, outswing is when the ball is moving away from a right-handed batsman after being released by the bowler, by a right arm bowler. So the grip for an outswinger should be this is the seam part, and like in an in swinger, we held the ball towards tilted towards the right side. For an outswinger, we need to tilt it to the opposite, that is towards the left side. Or in cricket terms, we say we point the ball, the seam, towards the slip cordon, the slip fielders. So the difference between seam movement and swing movement would be that the seam movement happens off the deck after pitching, depending on the surface, while the swing movement which happens, it happens in the air. It does not have any connection to do with the pitch.
Okay, moving on. Sid, before you cover reverse swing, there is one important factor that I'd like to point out. So, what's common in all these pictures? What are these guys trying to do here? They are basically trying to shine one side of the ball, right? And they're doing it using the saliva. That's one fluid which is allowed in cricket, one of the many. We will stick to saliva for this video. So they're trying to shine one side of the ball, and the other side, they do not tamper. They don't do anything to the other side. And the reason is to create a shiny side and a rough side to the ball. And this is where the science really settles in, right? So as you can see in the image here, one side, the left side of the ball is shiny and the right side is rough. I will just talk about the science involved in this now. Yeah. So what happens is, as you can see in the image, one side is shiny, the other is rough, and the shiny side is basically smooth, right? The smooth surface. So when a surface is smooth, right, the air is able to pass freely. Okay, and this air is known as laminar air, and this creates high pressure. This air has higher pressure than the turbulent air, which is passing through the rough surface of the ball, the surface of the ball which is untouched by the players. Right? Now, due to this, the ball moves towards the shiny side of the ball, or it moves to the side which creates a higher air pressure. So the ball tends to move to the shiny side. Okay. And this is called reverse swing. Right? So Sid, again, I'm giving it back to you. You can cover the reverse swing part of the story.
All right. So this brings us to the third part of the swing, that is the reverse swing, which you mentioned, Devargan. So in reverse swing, what happens is, as the ball keeps on, the quality of the ball, keeps on going down. One side of the ball keeps getting rough, and what the teams do is they keep maintaining one side of the ball by shining it continuously. So in reverse swing, when you hold the ball, to bowl an in swinger in the reverse swing, as the ball moves towards the shinier side of the ball, so you hold the ball for an in swing grip, and the shiny side of the ball will also be towards inside, that is towards the right side. All right, so the ball will move towards the shinier side of the ball, which has higher pressure. And if you want to bowl out swinger, you turn the ball. Now the shiny side of the ball will be towards the outside. But if the ball is newer, the ball swings opposite the direction of the shinier side. So if you keep the shinier side towards the right side, that is towards the inside, the ball will move towards the left side, that is towards the outside of a right-handed batsman. This is the conventional swing with a comparatively newer ball. The reverse swing is the opposite. That is why it's termed as the reverse swing. So what happens in the reverse swing? The ball moves towards the shinier side of the ball, which is the opposite of the conventional swing.
Great. Thanks for that explanation. And yeah, so I think that's it from us in this video. We wanted to keep it very short, and we wanted to have a very basic explanation to fast bowling. And yeah, do let us know in the comments if you liked or disliked any aspect of the video.
Yes, and also as we said that the saliva is being used to shine the ball, to maintain the ball from one side. I would like to know from the audience, from the viewers, that now that the ICC has come up with the rule in this COVID-19 era, that the use of saliva has been banned in cricket. So how do you think that the use of saliva being banned will have an effect on cricket? I would like to know the views of the viewers, of the audience as well. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below.
Thank you so much, guys.